So I was going to go over the Pittsburgh Pro 1/4 inch torque wrench that you can buy at Harbor Freight. There's regularly a coupon where you can get this for $9.99, so $10 for a torque wrench, which is in inch pounds. And this is useful on bicycles, especially if you have a carbon frame. Now, I just bought a bicycle with a carbon frame, a Diamondback, and it actually had this little Diamondback torque wrench that has little bits in here. It goes from 0 to 12 Newton meters. Okay, most adjustments are going to be between 3 and 6 Newton meters. And so this is not very accurate, you know, but it does the job. You should get at least close. I don't know if I would really trust it on some critical part, but it you know, it's nice and handy. It's also portable. You can take it with you on the trail or in your car when you go mountain biking. Now I do have this Craftsman inch pound 3/8 torque wrench, which is very nice. This one costs about $70. Little better built than the Harbor Freight one. Better handle, better locking mechanism. This is all just a little sharper. This one starts in at 25 inch pounds. The Harbor Freight one is a little optimistic, and it starts out at 20 inch pounds. I checked out the 1/4 inch torque wrench at the Husky at Home Depot, and that one starts out at 40 inch pounds. So starting out at 20 inch pound, that's pretty low. One downside is that this has inch pounds on one side, right here, the inch pounds with all the settings, and then on the other sides it has kilogram centimeters. Most bike specs are going to be in Newton meters. So one thing that you're going to have to do is convert your Newton meters to inch pounds in order to use this one. Whereas this one has inch pounds on one side and Newton meters on the other one. Now, you know, you can quickly go to an app on Facebook, or not on Facebook. I guess I was just checking my Facebook on the internet, on Google, and you can find your inch pounds to Newton meters. Okay, and there's plenty of converters there that you can use. I use one there that's let me see, I'll put my phone out, and you put in your inch pounds of force and your Newton meters, or you can do it the other way around. So if we put in let's say 5 Newton meters, which is an average, it's going to be about 44.25 inch pounds. So if we hook up 44 inch pounds on this one, it has it's pretty sturdy, good mechanism there, good ratcheting action. I mean, it doesn't feel bad. This, especially in the lower settings, a little wobbly, so not as accurate, but as you get into the higher settings, it becomes much more stable. The thing is, like I said, most of these wrenches actually start 25 to 40. This one starts at 20, so but once we get into 40, right there, lock it, and it's actually pretty stable there. It doesn't wiggle as bad. Now what I did was, you know, putting your trust in this might be a little daunting, since it's a $10 torque wrench, when a normal one, your average one, will cost you about $70–80 for a decent one, and a really high quality one will probably cost you over $100. I do have this CDI, which is kind of like the industry standard with the inch pounds. This is very accurate. This thing costs probably about $150. But if I put this at 40 inch pounds and I set it here, and I look, and I hope that's in camera range, but there's 30. Alright, let's try this again because the camera cut out at me on me. I guess it has a 5-minute limit on the video. But alright, so we have this set at 40, and we're gonna go. There's 30. Got 35, 36, 38, and 40, and it clicked right at about 42. Okay, so let's give it about another try. So that was pretty accurate. And there's 30, 36, 38, 40. That one clicked right at 40. Let's do one more. And we got 36, 38, right at 40. Okay, so that's right. That's right at 40. I have already tried this anywhere from the 20 to 70 inch pounds, and I always got good readings on it. So so it's incredibly accurate. I was actually surprised at how accurate it was. And one good tip is always to set it to your lowest setting, which is 20, when you store it. Okay, and before you use it, you should go through the range from lowest to highest, back to lowest, and then set it. So those are good practices, but always store your wrench, especially with this cheap one, so it doesn't go out of caliber at the lowest setting. Lock it and then put it in there. So the other thing is, this has a nice little case that it comes in. Store it away, keep it safe, try to never drop that. These are very sensitive tools. The Craftsman, like I said, is about around $70. You know, didn't have that nice case. I had this for a few years, but this has this little plastic thing that I put it in. So for $9.99, mine has turned out to be very accurate. Anywhere from 20 to 70 is what I tested, and I could keep going and probably fall fine. And all are within the range where we expected. All would click right at about where it's supposed to be. The other tool I have, I just have it here so you can see that there's other Harbor Freight tools that are very useful in the bike industry if you're going to work on your bike. This goes all the way from 2mm hex to a 10mm hex, and this thing cost about $6. So $6 for this complete set, and I've had this for years and it's held up great. They have another one that has the hex also, like very similar to the Park tool, that has the hex coming out from the side as well, so you get better leverage. That one probably cost about $15 with a coupon, but it brings a complete set of metric and SAE, and a comparable set in Parks would be $75. Park is going to be way better quality, but if you're not a professional, this does the job. So for $9.99, I think you can't go wrong on that little torque wrench, and you know, you'll have something that's more accurate than the little plastic cheaper basic model. But like I said, this does the job, but that is super accurate.